have so much respect for him. I hear some fans aren't happy. It's okay, I'll be back. I'll make you happy then.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we're going to talk about a 33-year-old transgender male boxer by the name of Patricio Manuel in their very first fight as a male, defeating a biological male, Hugo Aguilar, who was also 33. Now, you're going to see this story all over the internets, all over television, all over newspapers. It's going to be a groundbreaking thing. A woman defeats a man in their very first fight as a man. They really transformed, all this, that, and the third. It's going to be some kind of like civil rights thing, in my opinion. That's where they're going to try to spin it. But there are a few things here I want to address from a factual standpoint and not much else. Number one, the boxer who was defeated has never won a fight before. I'll say that one more time. The boxer, Hugo Aguilar, has an 0-6 record. They have never won a professional match in their career. They appear to be a jobber, to use a wrestling term, a tomato can or whatever. A person who goes out there for the express purpose of losing matches. That's what it looks like. I can't say if that's true or false. That's just what it looks like. I mean, you got guys that come from Mexico, other countries, kind of third world, don't have any money. And somebody says, hey, you want to go out there and just lose for a living? Here's some money. Go do it. That's kind of what happens. If they're not really skilled like that, you're just a regular guy, want to get some extra money, you can go out there and lose for a living. I don't see how a biological woman, which is what Patricio Manuel is, can defeat a biological man in the boxing ring. You're talking about two trained professional athletes. One is a male. They have the advantage, obviously, upper body strength, testosterone, bone density. The list goes on. I can just continue. They have the advantage over the woman, even if the woman is now identifying as a male, as is the case here. Now, my question that I would have for whatever boxing commission sanctioned this fight, and anyone else that believes this is okay to do, isn't what Patricio Manuel did to become a man considered doping? Isn't that a big thing in sports? Or you can't take HGH, you can't take testosterone. Now, some would say as long as the hormones, testosterone, or whatever drug is taken in order to complete a gender reassignment surgery is within a certain range that is considered normal, then it's okay. It's not really a big deal. But my question is, what is considered a normal range? Because some men may naturally have testosterone, hormones, whatever, that's lower than that. Okay. So if you are a male boxer, a biological male that has testosterone lower than the accepted range, can you take testosterone to get to the accepted range? Or is it accepted range for a person that's going through gender reassignment at the base level of what a man is, at the lowest possible level? What is the actual range? Either way it goes, that's got to be doping. As long as I've been around and listening to sports commentators, as far as boxing, football, baseball, basketball, testosterone, steroids, HGH was all off the table. You couldn't do it. It was called cheating. It was called doping. They had Russia get hemmed up with the Olympics because they were involved in state-sanctioned doping. Isn't it here considered state-sanctioned doping? It's okay, apparently, to us for this person to be able to do that. So I don't really see the difference between what Russia got hemmed up for with the Olympics, trying to get kicked out and stuff like that. I don't see how it's any different here. Is it special because this person is going through gender reassignment and doesn't really count? Now, some would say, oh, they're a woman, so they're going to be at a natural disadvantage. Biologically a woman. I'm not trying to, misgender this person, so don't nobody get offended and flag me. But that's what they would say. They would say, well, they're a natural woman biologically, so they're going to be at a disadvantage regardless. However, if you allow biological women to compete as men, you must also allow biological men to compete as women. That is totally unfair. I did a story about this on my podcast on Patreon. If you want to check that out, look to it in the box below. But you got this 6'2", 220-pound Australian or some, not an American. This guy is dominating handball. This dude is my size. I'm 6'3", 215. They're 6'2", 220, and probably got a crazy gas tank. The cardio off the chain and superior fitness. They were competing probably about 2 or 3 years ago with the men. Now all of a sudden they're competing with the women. You're just dominating over 5'4", 120-pound soaking wet women. That is unfair. Okay, and this goes back to Patricio Manuel. They may be at a disadvantage, but them being there at all is not right. Them doping is unfair. And the other way around for the transgender women that used to be men coming in there looking like Brock Lesnar or The Rock competing against women that look like, I don't know, just, soccer moms. That's not fair either. Now, again, I'm not some kind of homophobe or hater of the LGBT community. It ain't about that. It's just about pointing out facts. I want to be fair to everybody. If you want to be transgender, you need to compete with your biological gender. I don't care how you look. You can have on the full beard or whatever. That's fine. That's your business. That's what you do off of the court, out of the ring, off of the field. Okay? That's your personal business. But when it comes down to biology, it is what it is. You can't be out here doping. You can't be out here with an unfair biological advantage and say it's fine. Either you compete with your birth gender or you have your own separate league for transgender people. That'd be fair to everybody. That'd be fair to people that are considered transgender, and that'd also be fair to people that are their biological gender and identify as that every day. I'm not going to say the word that is for that because I'm just not going to do that particular thing. So don't get so excited about this person beating a man. The person that they beat is probably a jobber, probably a tomato can put out there for the express purpose of losing. Hopefully nobody really gets hurt doing this type of thing. All right. You have a biological woman in there fighting against men. If they're going to do it consistently over and over, I mean, you've seen men get beat down to the point where they can't even talk anymore, or to the point where they become like Muhammad Ali and others where they have no control over their body, or they have limited control over their body. You don't want to see that kind of thing happen to a woman getting into the ring with a man that's serious about winning. So what do you think? Do you think that this individual is a groundbreaking person? They are a beacon of light, an icon, a civil rights figure? Or do you think this is going to be something that the media tries to exploit by trying to say, hey, we have the first transgender woman or man? I'm so confused about the pronouns. But we have the first transgender person that is identifying as a man that beat a biological male. And if that's the case, then what's going on with people that's talking about gender is a made up concept, it's not real, this, that, and the third? In your eyes, this person should just be a male like everybody else. It wouldn't really be a big deal. But we know how the media and others tend to be hypocritical when it fits their particular narrative. But this is an interesting story. I want to see how the media covers it, and I want to hear from you. So whatever your comments are, please let me know.